Don Julio, Actifulio. I'm gonna start this right away because I'm already in a trade and I got in this trade earlier. And I'm in pineapple already. So hopefully we start to pull back down here, flip on this 30-minute candle after grabbing orders here and start flipping bearish here. That's where I'm at right now. We got 1 minute left on the 30, no bottom wick. No bottom wick on the previous 30 as well. Mm, 30 closed bullish. Can we get a pullback into these levels so that I can close out in profit? It was drizzling outside, right? Was it raining when you got here? No. I walked outside and opened the door and it was raining. What up, big dog? Yeah, I was in a trade since before stream, so I just got on and showed the trade. Not a stream trade, unfortunately. Yeah, the cousin's here. Yeah, I was already in these positions. Since not it before market, since market open, since pre-market open, I shorted right here. No, right here at 4:55 p.m. I shorted right here. Might get stopped out and it starts to run down. I have a feeling we're gonna grab orders above these areas before continuing down. The idea was a flip bearish, a gap down during market open. The idea was to catch. The idea was to catch the gap down during market open, but we gapped up instead. What are you gonna do for Father's Day? Huh? What are you gonna do for Father's Day? I just closed for 15 pips. My bad. My bad, G. I'm short 33.54, stop loss 33.60, 33.54. That's where my first entry was as well. That's why pineapple now. So look, we have a decision to make. We just broke underneath VWAP after grabbing orders. Our 4-hour and our daily doesn't have a bottom wick. If we do start to pivot at this point and start breaking the lows, this might be the daily high before the next leg down. So you can still be very good depending on us maintaining the closure below this range right here. We've already retested New York's VWAP, used it as liquidity and came down, and now we're using Asians as like a resistance. If we can stay there, I love the sell continuation, and that's the same setup that we took yesterday. If we can get like a money printer setup off the VWAP here. Printeadora de dinero, papi. So a couple of my boys hit me up and were asking me to help them out a little bit. So they might be coming on stream and chatting a little bit, asking me some things. The only thing that Cost anything is $2 or $3 for the Zoom link. Everybody in the clubhouse gets that for free. Cause y'all are my boys and girls. After 3 years of being on YouTube, they finally accepted my monetization. After denying me multiple times, and I got banned, they destroyed my account, and they brought it back. I've had a war with YouTube. Don Julio at the Julio. Yeah, I pinned your message, bro. You were the first. Y el mejor. What a closure, huh? We might be grabbing more orders at the daily high if we don't stay underneath the VWAP here. I kind of don't want us to keep pushing up. I want the bearish bias to continue. Your music is about to get me banned going in. My dog Jonathan, what's up, bro? I braid. See, we had the same trade, but because the initial breakout failed, and it started going up against us, I took an entry at a very strong level. Not only is this a strong level of resistance, it's also previous New York's VWAP where it ended. So we came, we grabbed, we hit it, we closed right at it, we money printed at it, and that's where the second entry became super valid. And then once we got to this level here, I was going to make a decision, okay? I said, this is my break even point right here. If price pivots underneath the VWAP and we close below, I'm going to hold for profit. If it's just popping down and without a closure and we're just getting 1 minute popping like this, I'm going to close at break even. So I saw how we popped like this on the 1 minute right to my break even point. I pulled up the chart and it gave us another pop for 15 pips, and I closed it at the 15 pips. It came right to my first entry on the wick. So I had to manage risk there with the way that we didn't pivot off this. This was supposed to be the pivot. Now, if price re-breaks these highs, what do we have here? What's the 30 minute looking like? Yeah, price re-breaks these highs, we could be gone. If price re-breaks these highs right now with a no bottom wick, we just money printed on the 30 minute off of VWAP. This is looking more bullish than anything. It's looking like it doesn't give a fuck about market open. We already came down and tried to grab orders at market open and almost made it. Didn't quite make it, but a re-break of that high and a push into these zones here, we might be able to get some more buy entries. Big dog options in the house. Holy shit, people were talking. I remember these levels from this morning. Buys above 3385.6. Is that on futures? I haven't even activated that account yet. That's a good long. The buy stop above here was pretty decent. How many pips was that? 10 only? Should fill the range. If we reject here, we might be coming down. Two of my boys asked me today about trading and if I can help them out. And I said, yes, sir, slide through. I'm hoping they pull up. What up, Doc? We had a nice rejection. Literally wicked the very first pullback of the market open. That's insane. See? What up, Jonathan? How are you, bro? How's everybody doing? Oh, I said hi to you already.
The city view.
That's so beautiful, bro. It's kind of like how Esteban Stefano lives. He goes to like the volcano all the time. This level strong. This level strong. Dig into some pizza. Nice. I haven't eaten dinner. I'm probably gonna eat dinner after stream. We're gonna fast it. How long you said you were gonna fast for? My other 3 days? If you exercise, you could probably lose like another 15-20 pounds. Two eggs, two chicken thighs, and a carrot salad with ground beef. It's my dog Bougie's diet.
The feeling I'm gonna be the mom of the group.
I just keep looking at all the shit that I do, bro. Damn, that's so real. Danny was like, send me pictures, send me measurements, bro. Look, I just took the measurements off the app. The measurements, bro, everything. the app does fucking all of it, and then you can take a video, so that way he can just rewind the video to see what he needs to see.
He has an iPhone?
No, in Android. But I sent him a screen recording. That's a specific file. You have to have like AutoCAD to open it. Most people don't have that. Stops were great on these cells.
Who the fuck is this?
I accidentally took 2 sell entries here, and that would have sucked. That would have been in so much drawdown. So I took a short down here before market closed, expecting my stop loss was at the highs right here. And then my pineapple was here at the previous daily VWAP. Previous week, previous daily. And then I lowered my stops down to here as we were flipping down. If we were to re-break the daily high, that's gone. So this was the idea. To come down from here, or to at least gap down, retest these lows, grab orders, and do this before coming back up. That's what I was expecting to happen before coming back up. Big loss, the big boss. Yeah, when you guys What's up, Nick? How are you? Hourly closure. Hourly is closing above the range. Closing bullish again. Boom. The thing is that we have chop, chop. Let's get a bottom wick, and then maybe we can take a buy stop to fill the range. I mean, it's only 18 pips before the next hourly resistance. That's tough. This is good structure to take off, but we only have 30 pips before this push, so we really don't have much range before we get back into clean traffic. I need that closure, yeah. So we already got a closure above the most recent range. We formed structure at the highs of the most recent range. A rebreak of the daily high should give you a push, but you only have 30 pips here that you could take advantage of. Whereas the sells that I took earlier, this was a 4-hour flip. The 4-hour flip has 30 to this first range, 60 to the next. So it's much cleaner and it's not hourly. It's not hourly levels. The flip was here and the next hourly level was like 50 pips away, which was clean. And then the next one was 70, so the runners would have been nice. On the flip bearish here, respecting these highs, closing back below the range. That's what the idea was for the pop down. See how we kind of money printed here. My idea was to, after respecting these highs here and coming back down, was to have that gap down for market open. The idea was to be up like 100 pips instantly market open. Have you ever seen a trader that looks like a fucking raccoon? It's the first time for everything. How's everybody doing? How's the family? Would you look at that? Yeah, if I was in a buy stop here in the buys, this would have been the break even for sure. Maybe even here. As 10 pips once, 9, and then 10, and then rejection. What's our hourly doing? Our hourly's driving with no bottom, with no top wick. Is it gonna plummet down to market open? And flip our 4-hour? After... Ooh, did we tap? No, we didn't tap. We didn't quite tap. This is very interesting. Let's see. This is all right. This is the make it or break it level, right? So let's pay attention to what's going on here. Let me delete all these fucking lines from the screen. I don't like to have a million lines on my screen. I like to have, that's why I deleted my moving averages. I don't need that shit. I don't need nothing but my EYES indicator. Oh, I'm selling indicators now. The EYES indicator is on sale for 1 Bitcoin. If you're not born with it, you'll never have one. I'm sorry, my brother in Christ. The eyes. Your eyes are the only indicator that you need. Wow. First entry would have been full in profit. Second entry full in profit. Oh no, the first entry would have been break even. I'll take 2, please.
They didn't want to do this mansion, but they want a modern.
They don't have.
But I get it. They want something.
Yeah. Oh, that's like Spanish style.
Yeah, and nothing like.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess, but I would have done it. 5,500 square feet. So.
That's huge. It's double your dad's house. For 4 people. Your dad's house is already huge for 4 people. My cousin's going to Colombia, and they found a mansion that is double the size of my uncle's house. That shit is 5,000 square feet. What's the daily price on that? Like 300?
Huh?
What's the daily price on that?
That one was yeah, like 270 something.
270 a night for a 5,000 square foot modern mansion. And we missed it by a hair. A neighbor just hit your car. Drop the Addy. We'll pull up. And we'll both say our neck hurts. Ah! My neck! Hold on right there, bro. I'm on my way. My neck is about to hurt. I'll develop some pain on the way. We'll sue them to go deposit into our live account. Man, that's annoying. Luckily, that hasn't happened to me. This is an ugly 5-minute. I'm not enjoying it. This is the push that I was looking for. Market open. Look at the daily candles and see what the daily is looking like. So we just grabbed orders from this previous daily high, but we closed above and then back below. What the fuck are you doing? I'm assuming the weekly money printer. Why do you do that? Why does the weekly candle not show up here? That's annoying. We're at a weekly resistance. The flip is at 30, is 500 pips away, and that is a weekly major resistance. That's strong. I'm gonna have a sell stop on the daily rebreak of the low. We're looking to manage risk here around VWAP. Alright, I'm in there. Hard stops are all the way up here. The plan is the 4-hour money printer with barely giving us a top wick. We closed doji here, it re-breaking the daily low after grabbing orders, rejecting these highs, closing back below the VWAP. This was the whole idea from the beginning of the day that I was looking at for sells. So now that we flipped on the 4-hour, we rebroke the daily low twice now. I don't need any of those wicks getting me. Remember what you asked earlier, Bougie? The answer is no. I don't know why. How are you, Nadim? Yeah, I'm gonna sell. Unfortunately, in drawdown right now. These candles are wild. Yeah, it's alright. 9 o'clock closure is about to come around. The candles are moving heavy. It can move right back into our direction. Or it could fly straight up and hit by stop loss. It depends what forms. If structure doesn't form around these areas, then I'm not going to take any pineapples. This is a 4-hour trade. With the probability of a 4-hour setup happening, I'm expecting this first entry to be the one to take us into profit. These candles are huge. Maybe I'm just very, very bearish. Every day I wake up in the morning saying, alright, that looks bearish. See, this is the thing. We might see how we close back into range, into this range here. We need to probably retest this resistance before coming down, which I thought that because we almost did by like 2 pips that would have been enough. I missed my daily candle indicator. The daily candle never works. Look at this. Oh, it works now, but look at the weekly candle. Look at how it just glitched. There is no weekly candle now. See if we can continue to push down. Damn. How you guys feeling? Yes, Dr. Holmes. I am in a cell, my brother in Christ. UJ Cell. That rebreak of the low is gone, though. That rebreak of the low is gone. It looked like moron.
Huh?
That's true. The unfortunate circumstances of a drawdown. This 15 needs to flip already. YF5 1.99. That was the 4-hour flip. The 4 hours bearish breaking the low. The daily was bearish breaking the low when I put my sell stop. My sell stop wasn't the break of this low, and then price came down, wicked it, and then wicked it again, and then came back up. If we are truly going to come down, it'll start trickling down here. We have a 30-minute closure coming up. The 30-minute is closing bearish. Let's see where it closes. Yeah, the way it's forming now is very misleading to the way that it looked like before. This 30-minute is closing, respecting this level here. That's not good. Maybe if we get a top wick first and then a pull down. But then it would have to re-break the low to put us back in profit.
Encontrar.
What does that mean? Anybody new here? Yeah, exactly. We're repeating the same level. I wanted to take a pineapple there, but the entry would have been here 40 pips away. I was kind of close. I'm really expecting that bigger move to play out on that rebreak of the low. We should get a push and a runner, man, just like yesterday. I believe the same thing should happen just like yesterday. I mean, this is yesterday's setup, but on the 4-hour time frame. This is what happened on the 15-minute time frame, but on the 4-hour now. Last night's sell right here is the same setup forming here. 4-hour top wick respecting, and that's the same thing that I'm looking for, another flip bearish. Yeah, it's one of those 4-hour trades, so you really have to be patient with them. Maybe the pop that we'll get will be at the 9 o'clock closure in another 25 minutes. So it might just hover until then. But I don't think I want to take profits, man, until we really make, at least until we push and break this level at 23 pips. I don't know. I don't even think I want to take any partials there. I think I want to wait for this full level here to be tapped, which is 40 pips away. So somewhere here in this zone, I'll take partials. That's the idea. That's the 4-hour flipping, the 4-hour re-breaking the previous 4-hour low, and attempting to come down to this 4-hour support. Look at what I'm about to send you. That's crazy how people are just so wild like that.
What did you send?
Instagram. Dimple Dimple. What up, dog? How are you, my brother? One thing that I really like to push back in my head and say over and over is just let the probabilities play out. I took a sell earlier at the same level and I pineappled out, knowing there's a very high probability that my trade setup was going to play out. Once we came back down to that level, that gave me even more reassurance that this trade idea had some validity, and because we formed better structure and we had 4-hour structure re-breaking the lows here after rejecting some of the highs that we had on the to the left here, that gave me even more confidence that this low was gonna be broken. Yeah, there are things that raise the probability and things that don't, that start to lower the probability as price starts to play out. Um, that's why I said this is the area that I was gonna look to see how I would manage risk here. Possibly a pineapple would have been very good here. But I was thinking if it was maybe a little higher. I mean, this was 50 pips in drawdown, but I wasn't trying to have two entries so close to each other. Unless the entry was like at the daily high, then I can have entries close because my stop loss is there past the daily high. Knowing the 9 o'clock closure, bro, it might not even do anything. It might just dump like it did yesterday without giving a top wick. We're re-breaking the daily low here. We should see a pop. You said what the fuck I lost? What I would have said if they crashed my car. Because we rebroke the daily low, I'm gonna move my stop loss down to the daily high. If we re-break the daily high again, it's gone. We get a closure below on the 15. Not quite. But it's still forming decent structure on the 1 minute on the way down, re-breaking the daily low, 4-hour reflipping. I would be taking another sell stop here and reattempting another sell there. So yeah, I would still take this trade over and over and over. You just gotta trust it, man. It's just that when you see an A+ setup and it goes into drawdown, it starts to make you feel some type of way. An A+ setup can still fail. An A+ setup can still fail. Telepathy. It's how you know what we're learning and what we're doing is applicable. The managing risk, the entries, the identifying the probability of the trade continuing to stay in your favor as you're in it. Like rejecting VWAP again, closing below, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, forming structure right at the daily low. A rebreak should give you a massive pop. If this waits till the 9 o'clock candle to do so, that'd be annoying to sit here another 15 minutes, but I would like to be break even by then. This is top one trader. You can use my dog's Wix's code to get 40% off. That's my mentor. You can get his code to get 40% off. Damn, I don't have the Nightbot set up. We have an hour for this 4-hour candle to close. This is a strong level that we're in. I saw that 2-hour, but then I switched to the 3 into the 4, and the structure on the 1 is just giving me more reassurance, especially how we rejected a daily and a weekly level. So this high that we rejected here, let's go to the weekly. We rejected the previous weekly high, and we broke these 2 weekly highs. So that's why I'm thinking the higher time frame is coming more into play. But because of those smaller time frames misaligning, is why we're getting the drawdown and the struggle. But I think eventually it'll play out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. This is the chance to get out, break even, or it was for a bit if you weren't interested in the trade or if you were in and didn't like it. But I'm gonna trust my 4-hour time frame. Another rebreak of the daily low once again. So either this is the liquidity grab for the push up or this is the beginning of the push down. Yesterday market opened also pushed up, and then the second that the Asian market opened at 9, we started dumping straight down while we were in a trade actually too. So I'm anticipating the same thing to happen. I mean, it's just getting cleaner and cleaner as it's coming down. Can we just get the pop, please? Money printer on the 5, about to re-break the daily low, rebroke the 2 previous 5 minutes. Who's quacking on the YouTube side? Not gonna lie, I was stacked. I've been trying to refine my stop loss more, bro. I've been trying to get that shit down pat so that I can really risk more, like Wix did. When Wix redefined his stop loss, he went up like three times the size that he was trading prior because he wasn't gonna take as many pineapples and just take the L and just wait for the higher probability setup with more risk. Another rebreak of the low and a pullback. Is this really waiting until 9? I mean, this structure is just perfect, bro. There's nothing I can do. Absolutely nothing. It's either it dumps and I go break even, or it goes all the way back up to stop loss. Options, bro. How are you, dog? Drop a W in the chat if you're hearing my dumbass speak. Or the baby mama gotcha. Whatever he did the last time that he took a loss, he redefined his stops. Lately, his stop losses have been like under 100 pips. Bro, off rip, I came into the Zoom this morning and I had a feeling it was you or Lost that tagged me. In what? What happened? ¿Qué pasó? Hey, the big dog in the house. Who cut you off? Yeah, I don't think I'm in it. I'm just in the OGs. We're getting close here. Lock in. Yep, I agree, Bougie. I think this is a very high potential trade. Two minutes here for this 9 o'clock closure. Two minutes. What up, big dog? The amateur. I forget your name, bro. I gotta remember your name. You're on my Instagram. I follow you. One minute. Because of it's an hourly closure, it's the 9 o'clock closure. I'm expecting it just to dump. I don't really see a retracement before a dump. I think it should just dump. Alex, your name is Alex. 15 seconds, my broskies. And we're closing partials. I closed partials there at 40 pips. And the rest is house money. I closed 75% of the position. I'm leaving a 25% runner. If this runner hits 50 bucks, I'll close another half. So this is 25 at 50, so it'd be 100 pips. See if we hit the open and then dump again. Damn, I told my boys to slide through, bro. Today was such a great example of patience, price action. I told them to slide, bro. It makes me sad that they didn't. It still dump off this level. It might not take us out. If it does take us out, that's the hourly flipping bullish. I don't know about the more sells. Yeah, that's the hourly money printer off this level if we do flip bullish. Yep, took me out. So I'm gonna call it there. I think that was a great trade. I think that we gave it all the potential that we could. Now that we flipped bullish here, we have created a nice range that we could be bouncing off of. The money printer is starting to play out. We have no top wick on this previous hourly. We might start to come up here now and start to fill the range again. But I'm Gucci for the night. I closed 75% at 40 pips. So the total was 27 pips that I got out of that trade. Yeah, we could reject hard here, yeah, just like we did. Yeah. That's exactly why that was my break-even point. That's exactly why I took partials there. That's exactly why I managed risk. So beautiful. Well, I appreciate you guys for showing up. I hope that you guys learned a little bit something. What's the line? What's the line? Shit. Did I forget my own line? Thank you. Come again. Is that the new catchphrase? I appreciate you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you guys for showing up, sitting through the drawdown, watching me manage risk, man. It just gets better and better every stream. Show up for the free. Hey, bro, I do love trading, bro. Trading is fucking beautiful, bro. I love trading. I love trading. Dried nuts. Yo. Who be that? Malanga. My brother in Christ. Ernesto, I just ended stream right now, big dog. Are you Ernesto? No, Ernesto's 8-ball. Dog. So many of my friends use the same lingo. It's hard for me to differentiate. Sub and like. Bro, drop a like. Of course it's you, Ernesto. Papi, we killed it tonight. $51 wins. Bro, I'm 51 wins and... Bro. 51 wins and 9 wins today? Dog, you gotta stop trading that account, bro. You're gonna overdo it. Listen, okay. You have a daily percentage. So every day up till 5 o'clock, you can only make a certain amount. If you make more than that certain amount, you're just extending how much you have to make before you hit the profit target. Like, you now have to make like 700 bucks on that 5K to get paid out. Which is good. You have drawdown now. You have a lot of room to play with. Today in trade, I'll show you what I took. Nothing. This was last night, and then today I didn't take anything. Absolutely nothing. The clean setup was here. I had a clean setup here as well, but this was too close to news, or too close to 9:30. So I was like, let me wait for the 9:30 closure, and then it dumped. So I was like, okay, I missed that. And then I waited for news, and then I missed the pullback on news, and then I couldn't get an entry on this whole chop here. You can do it, bro. You can do it. You can do it. Have a wonderful night, everybody. Take it easy. I appreciate you guys for showing up. Drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. If I wasn't in drawdown for 2 trades for like hours and hours and hours, like look how many hours I was in drawdown for this trade, bro. I was in drawdown for hours, and then I was in drawdown for another hour. I would have the mental capital to keep trading, but at this point, I just want to chill out. I appreciate you guys for showing up. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Zoom gang, for showing up. I appreciate you guys. You guys get the non-delay, and you guys can ask me whatever you want. Feel free to ask me. I'm gonna have the chat open over here, so you guys can ask me whatever you want. Take it easy.